Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Jacqueline Donado, Queens Chamber of Commerce Strategic Program Manager, and I welcome all participants to this important presentation that is brought by the Queens Chamber of Commerce, a non-for-profit and membership organization with 111 years of work for the benefit of the Queens small businesses and businesses all over the borough. We want to welcome our IT specialist, Ed Cressy from Thrive, and that he's presenting today how to evolve with technology on the changing times in a post-COVID world. In this webinar, you will learn about long COVID effect on business, impact of COVID-19 in our operations, 6 ways to evolve, also the now new way to do business. All this information is going to be presented by our friend and specialist, Ed Cressy. Now more than ever, small business owners need more information and resources to navigate the complex world of our presence to have a strong presence online, better customer relations, applying for loans, applying for grants, to get more used to the digital world. And Queens Chamber of Commerce is committed to support our business community. Today, our outreach specialist, also Rodney Kalilia, is going to be here with us, and he's going to be supporting the Q&A session. And feel free to post all the questions on the chat. I invite you guys to do that. And this webinar is broadcast on Facebook Live and will be uploaded in our YouTube channel. Queens Chamber of Commerce has a YouTube channel of all our presentations. That is a good it's very convenient for as a reference, and also for you to share the links with your network. At this moment, I want to turn on to our panelists, Ed Cressy. Welcome, Ed. Once again, thank you for all your support and for sharing your knowledge with the Queens Chamber of Commerce.
Jacqueline, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here. Good morning, everybody. Again, my name is Ed Cressy. As Jacqueline said, I am with Thrive. At Thrive, not only do we connect buyers and sellers, but we help sellers engage with their buyers and secure more repeat business. We make sure customers can find all the business information they need to make a purchasing decision, wherever they're looking and when they're looking. But before I dive in, a little bit about myself, so you know exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing for business owners like yourself. My family came to this country with nothing in their pockets except a fire burning deep within inside, as each and every one of you have today, and that's to be successful. My grandfather set foot in this country. He was a mason. My other grandfather made wine. But you know, as time went by, my father too became a business owner. He had a limousine service. My brother had many pizzerias through Brooklyn and Queens. I even had my own business for many years as well. So I understand many of the struggles that local small to mid-sized businesses encounter, not only with dealing with local competition, but dealing with big box stores. And, you know, hopefully Thrive can help level the playing field between you and them. Now, a little bit about Thrive. We were formerly AT&T Interactive, Yellow Pages, Dex Media, Verizon Super Pages, and many others. We are now publicly traded since 2020 as a SaaS company. But in 1998, Google approached us because of our vast client database in the Yellow Pages, offered us a unique relationship. We were Google's first premier partner, and today probably the largest premier partner of Google. When I started with the company over 10 years ago, I started with the YP site, yellowpages.com, doing just strictly digital. I started in a class of 50. I'm the last standing survivor of my training class. Over the years, received many accomplishments: President's Club Winners Circle, done 3, because of my passion for helping local and small to mid-sized businesses. These days, businesses like yourself are expected to engage and connect with consumers on their terms, to do business with, when, and how the consumer wants to do business. At Thrive, through our marketing and CRM platforms, incidentally, CRM, and I say that many times throughout, stands for Client Relationship Management Software. Okay. We help businesses to be easy to be found online, to stand out from the competition, help you to be the right choice, help you to get the job, manage the job, get credit for the job, and most importantly, get reviews from that job. So before we begin, Jacqueline, any questions?
Not at the moment. It's very important that you are sharing your experience as a business owner and also your parents and your grandparents, because it's the situation that most of us are coming to doing business here, and how to adapt during the years, how to adapt it. And now more than ever, it's important to have the knowledge, online knowledge, because it's super important that we are basically experts in technology.
Correct. That's why I shared that. Thank you very much. All right, so let's dive in here. Okay, so according to the SBA, the Small Business Administration, 44% of all economic activity comes from you, small businesses in America, who are being the hardest hit in these times that we're experiencing right now. Even though we're 2.5, almost 3 years out, okay? First the shutdown, heavy restrictions. Many of you didn't have the buyouts that the big brands did. But what are you doing to survive? What are you doing to bounce back? How are you competing against those big box stores that are still popping up all over the place, even during economic times that we're encountering, that are taking more out of the pie, money out of your pocket, food out of your mouth? Okay, so today we're going to go into how to compete with. Okay, now, some of the information here may be a little dated, okay, but these numbers are from our 2021 survey. But guess what? I did check them. Not much has changed. In the most recent World Economic Forum, 64% of Americans think this country is going in the wrong direction. Not a political stance, just statistical. With the top 3 concerns being COVID-19, poverty, and unemployment. And when I say COVID-19, I'm not talking about the actual pandemic, but the results from, the effects from, what it's doing to cost of gas, food, cost of living, etc. So yeah, decades when nothing happens. There are weeks when decades happen. I'm going to skip. I really have no idea why they put this slide there. I apologize. Some things I have to wrap my brains around. Since 2020, since 2000, e-commerce started with traction. It captured another 1 point of marketing share. By 2005, 5% of all retail was e-commerce. By 2020, 18%, and today 28% is online e-commerce. So that's another thing that we're combating as a local brick and mortar store. Okay. So in 2020, it seemed like every day has been kind of repetitious with what we're encountering: work from home, work from anywhere, open, close, mask, not mask. But as a company, we decided to sit back and wait, and sadly, many of us did the same. Or we could pivot, okay? Pivot to a way to help embrace the now new, embrace how, again, consumers are looking to do business. As you see here, we're Zooming more than ever with yoga classes. We're Zooming today. We're Zooming on networking. Students today are still Zooming. Even before the pandemic, there were colleges and universities that were offering online courses. So what once was a convenience is now actually becoming not necessarily a requirement, but more prevalent than ever, okay? So 6 ways to evolve with technology if you haven't already done so. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, these, like I said, these are not fads, but these are solutions that many major corporations, such as Thrive, are now doing, embracing, and making part of the norm. So sell your products online. And I mean, let's look at Amazon or eBay. Understandably, we don't all have the budget that they do. However, are you offering your customers the ability to make purchases online, whether the first time or even a repeat customer? In a recent study, 2023 e-commerce is expected to rise from over 30 to 35%. Okay, so that's a big jump. That's a big jump. And again, are we embracing it? Mobile friendly. This is something that everybody's probably heard time and time again when it comes to their websites. 3.8 billion worldwide people worldwide own a smartphone. However, people spend 5 hours a day on their phones. 70% of web traffic, web searches start on phones. And 61% of users said they would never return to a website that isn't mobile friendly. What makes a website mobile friendly? The buttons are easy to use. The content is easy to read. It's easily navigatable. You can conduct business on that mobile site, schedule an appointment, click to call, make a payment. So too many sites today are not mobile friendly. Thrive's websites not only are mobile friendly first, but we actually load up faster than a lot of the big brands that you see out there: Wix, Weebly, Haibu, and many others. Order pickup and delivery service. Now this could be a hard one. It's hard to compete with the DoorDashes, the Peapods, Uber Eats. Okay. However, if you can offer a delivery service, if you can offer curbside service, there's a good chance that revenue would increase. Again, this is not something that is a fad, but if you go to any of your major malls, strip malls, stores, they've put signs in the parking lot in cement, 15 minutes for pickup. You go to Target, they've put permanent spots for pickup. This is not going away. It came in, it was a convenience, it was a safety precaution. This is the now new. I apologize. I keep struggling with that one. Okay. So these are, simple ways. Ramp up email marketing. 99% of consumers check their email every day, but even more startling than that, people look at their cell phones when they wake up before they roll over and look at their significant other. Okay. 91% of US adults like receiving an email from companies that they do business with. Put yourself in that statement for a second. Every one of us has countless apps on our phone. Everything from 7-Eleven, Dunkin' Donuts, Bath and Body, Home Depot. And we're constantly bombarded with texts, push notifications, and emails. Okay. Birthday time, come in for a free cup of coffee. Birthday time, come in for a free appetizer. This is already happening. Are you doing it? Now, not a bookkeeper myself, but know your numbers. Okay. Speaking to the percentages, knowing your numbers you're only able to know your numbers if you have a system in place. A simple CRM will allow you to keep track of your receivables, of what's open, what's closed, how much each client spent. And by having it in a clear, concise database, a CRM, you can export this information and give it to your accountant, your bookkeeper, so that they can easily prepare your financials for the year end. Additionally, by doing this, by having something at fingertips, when you need to go for a business loan, knowing your numbers is a roadmap that when you submit to the financial institution, they're going to ask you, how much business have you done this year? What are your receivables? What are your forecasts? If you don't have that information, it's going to be very hard for you to grow. Okay. More on records. Okay. We help you keep track of not just receivables, but estimates. You're out there, you do an estimate for Mrs. Kravitz, whether it's a home service, whether it's a service, personal service, hair salon, car maintenance, you provide an estimate. If you have that written estimate, you have a way to follow up. There's an expression, fortune is in the follow-up. If you're able to follow up with your estimates, there's a 40% chance you'll close more business. Because when you leave the table, as they say, and you've just given a verbal estimate, or, Mrs. Kravitz, is going to cost you $10,000. Okay, get back to me if you're interested. But if you put it in writing and you have a system in place that can create a cadence to send out periodical emails or texts, letting Mrs. Kravitz know that you're thinking about her, there's a high propensity, 40% chance she's going to call you back because you're thinking of her. Most people surveyed don't even know who their plumber is or electrician. And these are people that are in their house on a regular basis. They couldn't tell you who it is. That's why, if you remember the old days, aging myself here, there were always magnets on the boiler. Why? It wasn't advertising. But when that boiler went kaput at 3 o'clock in the morning, plumber's number's right there. Got that first phone call. Jacqueline, at this point, we're halfway through. Any questions?
Not on the chat, but I had a question about when you mentioned the email blast that people open it. We at the Queens Chamber of Commerce, we have a great system for email blasts, and we send it out usually when the peak of the pandemic. We used to send it almost every day because there was a lot of information, rules, and regulations for the small businesses.
Mhm.
Now the scenes are changing, and we reduce the email blast to twice a week, basically Monday and Fridays, or Monday or Thursdays. And it's a reminder not only of our events, but also members' events. And it has been very successful. Now, how you engage businesses to share the data, to not only open our emails, but also to share, and how you encourage that process?
One way that obviously you have to gather your client's data before you can put it into the CRM, before you can put it into a system. Okay. Once you have gathered their information, you can do it so many ways. Like right now, the Queen's Chamber has a predetermined cadence, Monday, Friday, or Monday, Thursday, or Tuesday, Friday, depending on this holidays. But you can send out email reminders for appointments. You can send email messages out after an estimate has been given. Hey, want your business. Emails for birthdays, emails for upcoming events, as the chamber is doing, holiday messages, emails for if there's a change in hours. A lot of my clients will do holiday emails now for upcoming changes in holiday hours. Okay, just to let the clients know that, hey, we're going to be closing on Sundays after Labor Day, or we're going to have extended hours after Thanksgiving for more convenient shopping. It doesn't necessarily have to be anything that is overly useful. As again, when the pandemic hit, the Queen's Chamber was very, very on top of sending out information and data and useful resources that the members could utilize. But the email marketing, if I were to ask you, Golden Arches, Kentucky for Colonel Sanders, I'm talking about McDonald's and Kentucky Fried Chicken, because they're continually branding. The most important part of email marketing or text marketing is for the branding purpose. It keeps you as a business owner front of mind. So when the need arises, you're the first person they're going to think of. Does that make sense, Jacqueline?
Yes, thank you. And what
Oh,
about, can we segment the large database, or should we send it to the whole group of subscribers?
It depends on the message that is being sent out. For instance, I always go back to my personal accountant. Okay. He has me tagged, okay, or coded or pinged with certain criteria: married, homeowner, children, W-2, 401, 529. And what happens is, throughout the course of the year, he'll send out a blanket email to every last one of his clients: Happy Thanksgiving, Happy Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. But if there's a change in the tax law that is affecting homeowners, he will select all his homeowners and do an email specific to them. If there were change in child tax credits, he would select all of his clients that had children that were eligible for child tax credits and do a mass mailer for that. So in a case like the Queen's Chamber, if you had brick and mortar buildings and there was a change in laws with sanitation pickup, You can send an email out to all of your brick and mortar or storefront buildings. If there was a change in laws or regulations with regards to working from home, Queens Chamber can send out a newsletter regarding all the work from home businesses. So you can do it a multitude of ways.
Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Yeah, Romney, I believe there are some questions on the chat. Okay, there is one question here that is asking, they say, great stuff, Ed. Would you say Thrive lends itself more to B2C rather than B2B, business to consumers or business to business?
Thank you, Mike, for that question. And we can be both B2B or B2C. It really depends who your audience is. Our CRM, we do two things at Thrive. One is advertising, okay? On the advertising side, it's truly B2C. We're helping promote you to the consumer. It's B2B, people are not searching on Google. Very small percentages of businesses are searching for other businesses, okay? They have industry magazines, they have industry books and chat rooms and chat boards. So for the marketing, we're B2C, but on the software, we can be B2B and B2C. A lot of my clients are just that, B2B and B2C. They can service both. And I mean, Mike, I'll be more than happy to, dive deeper in if you want with a one-to-one and really dive deeper into it for you. LGM, you want to come off mute for a second? What does that stand for?
Are you asking a question to?
Oh, that really?
Mhm.
Oh, let's go Mets. Okay. I'm not going to say it, Mike. I'm going to say it. But I come from over the bridge. I'm just teasing. Mike, I would love to speak with you one-on-one and go more into it about learn about your business and see how we could help you. It sounds like you're in a B2B environment, and it sounds like you may be looking for some help with that. I'll be more than happy to do a one-to-one with you.
Sure. And remember that we're going to share all the RSVP list and also your presentation. That way we can keep the contact and get more information from you.
Awesome, Jacqueline. Thank you.
There is a question also here. How about B2C?
B2C to C businesses that to channel to customer. Daniel, you've got me on that one. I'm not understanding the B to C to C business to channel to customer. The only thing that I'm envisioning, and please tell me if I'm wrong, like YouTube. I'm still not there with. What kind of business are you speaking of more specifically?
Let me see if I can allow him to unmute, and that way he can ask the question live.
Awesome, thank you.
Daniel, I'm going to click and allow to talk. That way you can unmute yourself and ask the question live.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
B2C to C, the business to channel, and the channel to customer. Like say the very popular this day, like YouTube business. Like when of with Facebook maybe it can be a business. And the user can sign up in a channel, as customer, and
Okay, so you're speaking more
due to the
specifically.
business, due to the business, due to the business.
So you're speaking of if the business it sells has a YouTube channel, a Facebook page, is that what you're speaking of?
Yes.
Okay. Um, through Thrive, we give you the ability to post to your top social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Google My Business page. Okay. But we don't do anything in terms of live streaming or uploading of videos
Oh,
like
oh,
YouTube.
okay.
But I appreciate the question, and I would like to learn more about what you do because it's very interesting to me. I'm always intrigued by YouTube. I would love to learn more about what you're doing, and maybe if I can't help you, maybe introduce you to somebody that may be able to help you.
Okay.
Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate you coming off of here for me.
Just, I would like to add something, Ed, based
Yes, Jen.
on all these platforms that where you can do business also. Is after the situation that we live for the last 2 years, we noticed that there was a lot of home-based businesses created, and also a lot of online businesses, either like you mentioned before, big stores that you can do your shopping online, you can pick up that. In other words, the world of the internet grows a lot, but it's something important that to mention that all these small businesses also, even if you work from home, you have to register your business. You have to go through that process, like establish your business, like you mentioned before, in the accountant side, if you want to grow, if you want to look for business loans or grants. It's important that people, I just want to add this because we notice there is a lot of new businesses in the market, but they are working from home, but they are not registered as a
Correct.
business. And how your company is dealing with this situation when you try to promote and sell your services?
Not, and I was going to use the word unfortunately, but it's not an unfortunate. The only time we are focused on whether a business is registered, licensed, and insured is when we engage in Google's what's called LSA ads, local service area. And that's something new that Google recently rolled out. And if you do a search for any service today, you'll see the top 3 ads that come up. Let me see if I can pull one up here real fast just to share it with you. Okay, so this right here, 5-Star Roofing, Eagle Roofing, Viking, these are Google guarantees. This is something recently rolled out. If you were to engage in a Google guarantee, and we do also offer the ability to do this for you, okay? Google will ask for accreditations. They will ask for insurance. They will ask for proof. So for that, that's the only time that we actually get engaged in asking about insurance. We don't ask for it when we do the marketing for. that falls onto the individual business owner, because we, as an international company now, there are so many local city, state, municipality governing agencies that we can't be the big brother watching for all of them. If you put yourself out there, you put yourself on the internet, you should be aware that somebody could find you and approach you and ask for your accreditations. And if you don't have it, you could be subject to a fine. A little more specific on that. Two things recent that I've come across. One of my clients is he's a roofer, and he put roofing contractor on the side of his truck. And because he did not have the licensing for general contractor, he got a $25,000 fine just because the word contractor was in his business name. Far-fetched, left field, I understand. I don't, not my call, but that's what he had to deal with, and he had to redesign his whole business to have that $25,000 summons vacated. Okay. The other thing, in another specificity, the limousine industry. The insurance companies do not want the quote unquote party buses with the poles in the middle of the floor, because that entices people to get up and walk around. So if you were a limousine company in New York and you had a limo bus listed on your website, the insurance company would give you a specified period of time to take it off your website or to reword it, or they would drop you. So the old days of flying under the radar, especially now with the power of the internet, are gone. Also, with as far as licensing, insurance, if you're going to go for funding, that's going to be the easiest way to get funding approved, to make sure all your I's are dotted and T's are crossed. Make sense?
Yes, thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Okay. Let's go back here. So some examples of the new way to do business. Okay, some of which you've already covered. Letting customers stay in their cars. Okay, again, do a curbside pickup. Schedule. I love this one. He's so cute. Doggy daycare online. Scheduling your daycare online, doggy daycare, scheduling your yoga class online, scheduling your Roomba class, scheduling a table, having it all online. This is, believe it or not, I've been told, not only has this been a big convenience for their clients, but it's been a big time saver for business owners. Why? You don't have to keep staying on the phone. If you can have your business open 24/7, 365 by offering online scheduling and not have to keep manning the phones to answer the phones, check availability, but have a system in place that lets your clients know how many spots are left in that Zumba class, what time slots are open for the doggy daycare, what time slots are open for your haircut. That appointment is scheduled, that time slot comes off the calendar. This is all automated, ladies and gentlemen. This is what people want today, myself included.
Myself included also, I want to mention that this is very popular now on the medical field. You can make your appointments online and you can pick. I found good dentists through this program because there was available, the appointment was available at the time that was good for me and didn't interfere with my work.
Correct. Correct. And a lot of times when your clients are at work, they can't easily pick up the phone and make that phone call because they don't want to be heard that they're on the phone conducting personal business. Or if it's after hours and you're closed, they need the convenience of having you open 24/7. So absolutely, Jacqueline, great point. And right here, virtual appointments, there's a doctor right there. Okay, so you found a dentist. Thrive recently partnered up with urgent care, one of the urgent cares in New York, that they're going to be using the online scheduler. They're going to be doing newsletters, flu season, the winter bug, allergy season, how to keep yourself healthy throughout the course of the year. Again, contactless payments. Half of the Americans are already using contactless payments. Unfortunately, as the economy still keeps going, credit card debt is increasing. More and more people are using credit card or debit card. It's more secure. I don't have to worry about carrying cash. And if you are a business that only wants to do cash and carry because you like to have that couple extra dollars in your pocket, you will lose business. It's a way, it's a convenience, and you even have the ability to put some of those fees onto the client as a convenience fee. You can't surcharge them against the law in many states, but you can do a convenience fee for using credit cards. So you don't have to keep taking that 3% out of your pocket, number one. And number two, back to growing the business. If you are looking to grow your business, go for financing, go for funding. If you can't show transactions, if you can't show receipts, you're going to get turned down at the bank. All right. Jacqueline, that's the end. This is one of our shorter slides. Here's what I'll do. Let me jump in real briefly here. To Thrive, just to give everybody some of the things that we've touched on today. Okay, so you all knew about the webinar today. You received reminder emails from the Queen's Chamber. Thrive does that. Thrive, when you have an appointment with somebody coming to your store, to your business, the biggest loss of revenue is missed appointments. So if you can have those automated reminders going out saying, hey, don't forget you have an appointment, okay, one of two things is going to happen. Either they're going to show up, you'll close business, or they're going to call you and say, oh my God, I forgot, I need to reschedule. Great. You're happy to reschedule because you can bring somebody into that time slot. Okay, keeping track of your clients. I was on the phone earlier today with a young lady. Speaking about sending out holiday messages, top of mind, front of mind, okay? But if you don't know where your clients are, and not just clients, but people you've communicated with, people you've met with, people you've networked with, okay? It gets very costly to send out a postcard or a business card or a Christmas card or a holiday card, I should say. Email's free. Messages are free. Thank you for meeting with me. Hope to do business with you. It was great meeting you at the Queen's Chamber Speed Networking. Let's schedule a one-to-one, and that email can have a schedule link in there. Thank you for doing business with us. We look forward to being a future value resource to you. Click here to schedule an appointment with us. Okay. Social content, as I mentioned about your social media. Social media is more than just putting it out there. Hey, look at the cute dog playing with a ball of yarn, or hey, check me out on vacation. Incidentally, people, don't put posts up on Facebook before you go away on vacation. It lets the thieves know that you're not at home. But the reason you want to post on a regular basis, this feeds Google's algorithm, keeps you relevant to Google, It helps you organically in the organic searches. What is an organic search? The bottom half of the page right here. Okay, this is organic. It's also paid. Okay, paid searches will appear here, but this is more often the organic, more often termed SEO or search engine optimization. So the more information, the more times you post, the stronger your organic and the stronger your search engine optimization will be.
Ed,
Okay.
I noticed that you don't have TikTok on your site. It's coming up, or you are not interested?
I don't think TikTok is going to be a resource, for the simple reason we are targeting the audience that businesses are looking for. TikTok is a much younger generation that do not have the purse strings, do not pull the purse strings, okay, that do not have the spending ability. We are trying to put business owners in front of consumers, not just audiences.
Thank you.
They could shock me tomorrow and say we've added TikTok and nothing surprises me. We are growing exponentially every quarter. It could be in a future rollout. Just right now, I know it's not for that reason.
Very good.
So
Thank you.
You're welcome. So with the marketing messages, this is what we talk about with the email marketing. Okay, you've got some automated messages that go out on it just by being on my calendar. Okay, then you have scheduled events that can be sent out throughout the course of the year. Okay, I send out emails, I ask for reviews. Okay, because even though I'm a W-2 of my company, I like to get reviews to show other customers what I've done for people. Okay, after we have a meeting, I want to send out messages to my clients, send out people that I'm networking with. These are manual messages that I send out throughout the course of the year. So, Thrive is the all-in-one end-to-end client experience platform. We're trying to heighten and lift the experience that your clients are having with you. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm more than happy to schedule a one-to-one with anybody to do a deeper dive in, to look and see how you're appearing online, analyze your Google My Business page, analyze your social presence, and give you some tips on how you can strengthen that.
Very good news. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
I want to remind our participants that we're going to share the presentation and also the link to contact Ed and follow up with him. And also Ed is going to have the information from you, including the people who register in the Queens Chamber of Commerce website and is not here today. It's very important to follow up with them. Ed, thank you for your presentation today. Looking forward for your next program. And Romney, do you have any final comments on the presentation?
It was very informative. I appreciate being able to see an example of how Thrive could help us. Well, not me specifically, but how it could help a business person
Absolutely
try to reach their new markets, especially in this rapidly changing business environment. So very informative, and thank you for your insight.
Oh no, that's my pleasure. That's why I do it. If I've sparked a thought process in just one person to help them take their business to the next level, then I did my job today.
You certainly did. And thank you for being here. I want to be respectful of your time. And let's have a good day, everyone.
You too. In regards to everybody back at the Queen's Chamber, hope to see you all again soon.
Very good.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.